Hey, it's Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos here. Welcome to my YouTube subscribers and anyone who's been lucky enough to join or brave enough to join the Facebook group, Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos. Any friends that are just watching this, or anyone who's watching this video who wants to learn more about guitar. This is a special edition, because this is chart number 200, and so we're going to start on 199 because I was looking at a pattern, but I went ahead and made my 200th chart. Now, actually, I have about 400 of them in the chart file, so I couldn't really find chart number 1. I wanted to go ahead and put chart number 1 up, and I ended up with pretty much chart 25 as the furthest one back that I could find that had the video boxes in it. So but the chart from lesson 1 is a good place to look, and this is the chart from lesson 1. You can see things are a little more squared up. The coloring is just pretty much a 7L pattern coloring, where over here we have the 7L shape of the mini 7L, and back then mini 7L was like, oh, that's novel, but that doesn't mean anything. But it does, because a lot of the pattern shapes that are P4 tuning, that's all fourths tuning, are 7L shaped. Like that right there is kind of a backwards 7. That's because we're playing something that's not tuned to B, but that's actually how you play it. So it becomes like a backwards 7 when you're actually playing it. That's if the pattern went straight up. So it's important to remember that the interval in between the strings is mostly a fourth. It's a fourth, a fourth, a fourth, and then a third, then a fourth. That I did it in F. Okay. Alright, so the charts have come a long way. I don't like to use the red background color. This one actually isn't too far off the mark, because we have the purple color on the D and the light blue on the 6th, which is the A. So I've got these are the colors I've gone with. So you look at a little 7L diagram here. This is a 7L diagram. What we've got here is an S2L here. Okay, drawing it in red might not be a good idea, so let's just try green or something. You have an S2L here, stacked 2 long, and you have an S2L down here. So that's the foot of the L and the hat of the 7. And then down on this end, then we have the stem of the 7 down here, and we have the and then also sharing what I called this the center stack. And I used to use this to try and find these intervals. We have the stem of the L. So what's left over pretty much is this kind of a tank looking 7L diagram, and that was the best I could do back then, about a year ago or so. Not sure what the date was. Actually, it was earlier this year. So I've done 200 charts, or at least 175 since this chart, and of course there were many charts before then, before I started doing video charts with the video box here. Okay, so here's the 7L with the blackboard background. You can see it's kind of a squared up 7 and then a squared up L like there. So it's the best I could do. Trying to, and then center stack thing, trying to find out what things are. I was just confused back then. I was onto something, but I didn't know what I was onto or how to do this. And since then, I've figured it out. All right, so this is pretty much where was that, and I've come a long way. I got 200 chart number 200, so I thought it'd be a special day. And this is using anything I could get to make these charts. We still have our stack of 2 long. We still have our S3S, but the S3S is actually in the middle here. Here's like a note chart that I made. A note chart that I made that. Well, this is interesting. I think what we've got is we've got a video in the file, so it's playing something. So let's get past that and back to where we are today. Chart number 199. Okay. Sometimes you have a video file in your file and you're going along there merrily. Suddenly you hear some strange sounds. So this is yesterday's chart. $199 P4 patterns. And as you know, if you watched yesterday's lesson, we're able to substitute patterns, and these patterns, S2L, S3L, S5L, S4L, and in addition, and I did go ahead and use the regular string shape for the S1s. These are the S1s. So there's a 1-string pattern on the top and a 1-string pattern on the bottom for the A shape. So we have our A shape C. I've really got to start focusing on those scales, starting and finishing on the defining, so with all the ivories, you look at all the white keys, just okay. You don't want to just start anywhere. Sometimes I will do that. I'll do the wandering bass and everything, and you can even do some different but I'm way out of practice on that. You do these little things and you go down all white keys. Sounds good, but if you really want to focus in on a mode, you have to kind of start on that mode. So if we're on Ionian here and we go to the minor, it pays to, but it's still, I do encourage that you meander around, so if you're doing that A shape, you want to do a diatonic on that. We're going to look at this A shape box here. We have a S1A there on the top and the bottom, and remember that string shape defines the A box. So it's not so bad. The C box, we have an S2L, S3L, and then an S1C on top, which is the top and the bottom string. Now this isn't a string, this is a label down here. It's just color matched. It's color matched, so things looking good, everything's color matched. So the top and the bottom string are the same. Here's the fretboard. Ignore these guys up here, because they're cage linked. Okay, here's C and